Chapter 4. At that time, again, Mahamati Bodhisattva Mahasattva said this to the Blessed One. Pray tell me, Blessed One, about the state of perfect tranquilization and its further development as attained by all the Bodhisattvas, Shravakas, and Pratyeka Buddhas. For when this further development is thoroughly understood by myself and other Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, all may be saved from being confounded by the happiness which comes from the attainment of perfect tranquilization, and also from falling into the confused state of mind of the Shravakas, Pratyeka Buddhas, and philosophers. Said the Blessed One, Then listen well and reflect well within yourself. I will tell you. Certainly, Blessed One, said Mahamati the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, and gave ear to the Blessed One. The Blessed One said this to him. Those Bodhisattva Mahasattvas who have reached the sixth stage, as well as all the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, attain perfect tranquilization. At the seventh stage, the Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, giving up the view of self-nature as subsisting in all things, attain perfect tranquilization in every minute of their mental lives, which is not, however, the case with the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas. For with them there is something effect-producing, and in their attainment of perfect tranquilization there is a trace of dualism, of grasped and grasping. Therefore, they do not attain perfect tranquilization in every minute of their mental lives, which is possible at the seventh stage. They cannot attain to the clear conviction of an undifferentiated state of all things and the cessation of all multiplicities. Their attainment is due to understanding the aspect of all things, in which their self-nature is discriminated as good and not good. Therefore, until the seventh stage, there is not a well-established attainment of tranquilization in every minute of their mental lives. Mahamate, at the eighth stage, the Bodhisattva Mahasattvas, Shravakas, and Pratyeka Buddhas cease cherishing discriminative ideas that arise from the Citta, Manas, and Manovijnana. From the first stage up to the sixth, they perceive that the triple world is no more than the Citta, Manas, and Manovijnana, that as it is born of a discriminating mind, there is no ego soul and what belongs to it, and that there is no falling into the multitudinousness of external objects except through the discrimination of the mind itself. The ignorant, turning their self-knowledge toward the dualism of grasped and grasping, fail to understand. For there is the working of habit energy, which has been accumulating since beginningless time, owing to false reasoning and discrimination. Mahamate, at the eighth stage, there is nirvana for the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. But the Bodhisattvas are kept away by the power of all the Buddhas from being intoxicated by the bliss of the Samadhi, and thereby they will not enter into nirvana. When the stage of Tathagatahood is not fulfilled, there would be the cessation of all doings. And if the Bodhisattvas were not supported by the Buddhas, the Tathagata family would become extinct. Therefore, the Buddhas, the Blessed Ones, point out the virtues of Buddhahood, which are beyond conception. Therefore, the Bodhisattvas do not enter into nirvana, but the Shravakas and Pratyeka Buddhas, engrossed in the bliss of the Samadhis, therein cherish the thought of nirvana. At the seventh stage, Mahamate, the Bodhisattva properly examines into the nature of the Citta, Manas, and Manovijnana. He examines into such subjects as ego soul and what belongs to it, grasped and grasping, the egolessness of persons and things, rising and disappearing, individuality and generality. He skillfully ascertains the fourfold logical analysis. He enjoys the bliss of self-mastery. He enters successively upon the stages. He knows the differences obtaining in the various elements of enlightenment. The grading of the stages is arranged by me, lest the Bodhisattva Mahasattva, not knowing what is meant by individuality and generality, and failing to understand the continuous development of the successive stages, should fall into the philosopher's wrong way of viewing things. But, Mahamate, there is really nothing arising, nothing disappearing. All is nothing except what is seen of the mind itself. That is, the continuous development of the successive stages and all the multiple doings of the triple world. They are all of the mind itself. This is not understood by the ignorant. I and all the Buddhas establish the doctrine of the stages, which develop successively, as do all the doings of the triple world.